Hey, welcome everybody. Hello. Yep, fashionably late. I apologize about that. We're going to work on that. But to be honest with you, after my career of having to show up on time or else I can get in trouble, I think I've always been fashionably late since then. So I apologize, but we're here. But you know what? We're getting better. I'm getting quicker at setting this up. Hopefully, we're not going to have any interruptions today. I'm in my home service area, so I hope I don't have any interruptions. But I did fix the bit rate. I kind of customized it. So we'll see what happens. I do have a few days to return this setup through the mail if it doesn't work out. Don't really want to because I do dig the phone, not going to lie. But obviously, if it's not going to work for live streaming, it's not going to serve its purpose. All right, cool. I got chat on here so I can read. Oh, hold on. Sticker alert. All right. There we go. Hey, Jen. Oh, let me go down the line and say hi now that I'm kind of got the dogs a little calmed down a bit. You know how it is when you first get to a park. They go crazy, and there's no way I was about to hold on to them in this camera while they were doing their thing. But they're a little calm. They're still a little crazy, but we're a little calmed down. I think I can handle one hand camera and one hand holding the leashes. And let me introduce you to my babies first, and then I'll go down the line and say hi. The little one is Dobby, and he was actually named by one of my good friends. She rescued him first, and she was a big Harry Potter fan. So I didn't even know who Dobby was until she explained who he was, and I had to Google search him. And he does look like Dobby. But my other dog, come here, hey, come on. I gave him a more traditional Southwest name, and he is named Rio. Oh, his name is Rio, which is Spanish for river. And he's definitely a river dog. He loves jumping in any pool of water, lake, river that we've traveled with. They both are great travelers, so they're great in the car. I have an RV that they travel with me a lot in. We actually lived together in the RV for a while, so they were kind of rescued and raised in an RV setting. And then when I rescued my third dog, that was just too little space for 3 dogs, so we moved out of the RV. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Come on, Rio. All right, hold on, guys. I got a little doo-doo break. Let me just pick this up. Throw it on the side here, and I'll pick it up on my way out. Oh, cool, Grunge Truck. Yeah, so give me a second. Let me pick this up, and I want to say hi to everybody. I see Jan, Chillax. I saw Grunge Truck. That's awesome. Both walking our pooches right now. Oh, where did I put my poop bag? I know I brought it. Here we go. Here we go. I just hope Rio don't have to take a dump. He's usually good about doing his stuff early because we just brought one poop bag. All right. Okay. Hold on. Oh my gosh. And here in a second, I'll show you kind of the scenery. Oh, watch. Check this out. There's some ducks right there about to take off. Oh, hold on. There they are. I have to zoom in, but I only got one hand. All right. Rio, I'm going to let you off a little leash a bit. Rio's really good. He won't run off anywhere. Either will my Dobbs, but Dobby's a little crazy. He might chase a duck into a canal and jump in there. And he forgets he's a little guy. And he is a good swimmer, but he will not make it against the current like Rio. Rio is a trooper of a swimmer. And he's a lab mix. This is sticker time around here. Okay, hold on. All right, and see, that's the thing is he likes to explore, but he'll learn. He gets a few stickers. He knows to stay on the path. All right, stay close. Yeah, right, huh? Oh, there's Dobbs. All right. So, let's see here. Super Roofer, hello. Tammy. Going down the line in excess, welcome. Escort Biz Marty, welcome. Let's see. Some of you guys have long names so it doesn't show. Welcome. Welcome to the haters. Welcome to the viewers and subscribers. I see your haters in there. Welcome. Bailey, welcome. All right, going down the line. So welcome to everybody. If I see anybody new, I will say hi. So yeah, thanks for joining. We're just on a pretty chillax little walk here. Got a little ditch to the right of me. It's kind of an open field area. So yeah, we're just hanging out. I was gonna go, oh man. See what I said? I spoke too early. So Rio decided to take a number 2. Oh, man. And there's the bag. All right, come here, come on, let's go. Rio. Dobbs, let's go, come on, over here. They're gonna trip out. Hold on, I gotta get behind them. They're gonna be like, what the fuck, we just started. Rio. Watch this, he'll stay. I gotta get Dobby though, he won't stay. Rio, come here, Bubba. No, he stopped. Because he got another sticker. Yep. We might have to put him on the leash if he keeps venturing out to the side. Rio. And see, he doesn't care. He just lifts his one foot up with... Get over here, dude. Hey, come on. Oh, he got it out. Nope. Oh, okay, he did. All right, come here, guys. Dobbs. You're like, oh, they don't listen to you. Look at these guys. Hey, what's up, Cruel Device? Big ups. Yes, I am back home to go right to my own work, but I was going to take a couple of days off for streaming or doing any clipping, but yeah, a lot of kind of stuff happened over the weekend and just this morning, so I just kind of wanted to, you know, chat a little bit while I was out on this walk. I was talking earlier, I was going to go a lot earlier, but it was really cold, so it's still a little cold, but it warmed up a bit, enough for the dogs to be comfortably out walking without a sweat or anything. Because they hate wearing them. Right. So, yes, these are my pooches, Tammy. This is Dobby, and that's Rio. Or in Spanish, that means river. Peeves? Peeves? Sorry, I'll get that down. Maybe it is Peeves. I've heard it said both ways, so. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for joining. We're just on a little ditch here. Found a little ditch right there. Little water ditch. We're just on the top. Got the Rio off the leash there. He's a good dog. He'll come when he needs to. He might not listen to me right now because we just got here, but he's friendly with other dogs and people. All right, let's see. It says we're getting weak, so I'm going to turn around a bit. So I don't want to lose connection. That's what we're working on, though, is tweaking this so that if it is my phone and actual service. Come on, Rio. Let's go this way. Rio. He'll start following me here in a bit. I'll return this and try to get it better. But if it's just tweaking the bandwidth and all that stuff, we'll get it figured out. Well, right now, I'm not going to say, am I? I still got my little home address guarded a bit, I think. That's not been leaked out. But I'm sure eventually somebody's going to figure it out, which I don't really care. But for right now, since there are a few of these little cult members supposedly putting mob hits on me, I'm just going to keep that a little disclosed till a little later. Yeah, he looks like a lot of dogs. He's a lab mix, so he's not a real lab. You know, he's not going to be all thick and big, and he's got that short, broad nose. He's probably definitely... Come on, Rio! There he goes. He said, holy dad, where's Dad? There he comes. So he's probably mixed, I think, with a shepherd because he's got a longer, you know, snout on him. And he's a mixed with all your little street dogs, you know. Little shepherd, little pit bull, little lab, little chihuahua. Dogs are the best. When my dad lived in California and got his dogs from Mexico. That's cool. I've actually saw a documentary about a group in California that rescues a lot of the racing dogs, the greyhounds, from the Mexican, I guess they race a lot of the dogs down there in Mexico. Or I think they were from the San Diego area or Tijuana, because I think that's where they were going, was Tijuana, to rescue the dogs. But it was pretty cool because they actually worked with another rescue there that pretty much was like the first rescue that would get the dogs. And they were like, you know, obviously it's Mexico, so their resources are very limited for, you know, government funding. And so this rescue from the U.S. goes down there and pretty much will take as many of the, you know, dogs as they can from them. But I was pretty impressed. Even the rescue down there in Tijuana, which I believe that was the city, it wasn't too bad. I mean, they were definitely doing as best of a job with those dogs as they could with the resources they had. Yeah, I know. That's what I've heard a lot about. This is the S23, but, you know, they didn't have too many improvements. They did have some hardware improvements, but I'd figure they'd work some of those bugs out. I mean, you think you'd want people to want to, you know, utilize your, you know, the best kind of features of this phone, which are like the camera and the video and stuff. So, yeah. Oh, I'm definitely scared of Mitten, Mama. That's it. Yep, for sure. Hold on, I'll get you some good scenery here. I just wanted to get the poop bag so I can pick up the poop. It's kind of one of my big pet peeves is people leaving poop on the side of the ground, especially when you have a poop bag. I don't know. I don't think I'm the only one that's seen this, but have you guys ever been to like a park or on a trail where there's literally like the, you know, the poop stations for the dogs? And they're full, you know, they got 20, 30 bags still in them. And then there's a fresh, nice pile, steamy, a big ol' or small poop laying 2 inches from the damn post. And it's like, seriously? You couldn't just pull a bag and you didn't even have to walk around with this shit. You just had to fucking scoop it and then throw it on the, come on, Rio, that's not your poop. And, you know, just throw it in the basket. But, yeah, there's people that I guess they're just afraid to touch dog poop, but they want to have dogs. Go figure. I just wonder how their yard looks, or hopefully it's not an all-day indoor dog, which, you know, if they're not getting taken care of, you know, that dog probably runs around inside some little apartment, you know, just defecating everywhere. Ugh, I feel bad for those dogs. I've seen a lot of that when I used to work in rescue. I fortunately saw a lot of that, and it was a lot worse than I thought, to be honest with you. Especially the cat people. Holy moly. Oh, I'm doing good. Good to see you, Boston Girl Bridget. Sorry, I was kind of got my eye off the stream for a bit. Yeah, and I know. Zoomed in to the ground. That's what's up. Cool. Well, that's what I was going for, Joy. I wanted to give you guys that kind of point of view here. So I appreciate you joining me for a nice little chat. I know we've kind of gotten off track a bit. The title said, you know, we're going to have a little discussion. And I said quick, so I didn't lie. You know, I didn't want to overkill it. I'm sure a lot of you watched Rick this morning, and a lot of you have probably either listening now or have listened to Controlla. I think just got on as soon as Rick got off to kind of give her side or, you know, rant. But, yeah, so I don't want to overkill it. But, you know, we've got two views, two opinions coming from two individuals that are now pretty active in this case, or hearing that's coming up. Like I said, this isn't even delving back into Controlla's history. This is just talking about what's going on, you know, coming up in March 20th. So I decided, you know, it'd be kind of a nice little topic to discuss when we went on a little walk. So yeah, did a lot of you see that this morning? Watch Rick, and then I don't know, some of you have watched Controlla. But yeah, I mean, it's gotten pretty serious from both sides. Again, this is just based on what I've seen. Oh, and hold on, guys. Well, if I don't catch it on the way there, okay. I got to remind myself to get his poop. That would defeat the whole purpose that we turned around, right? Just double bag it. Exactly. Dude, I'm not even telling you about what my dad used to do. He's a pretty OG dude. It grosses the fuck out of me. That's why I hate when he does it. But anyways, back to the subject at hand. But, you know, now we got some pretty serious things going on between both parties. Just based on what I've heard. Again, I have not verified any of this because I have not, you know, called the police. I'm not going to either. I'm not going to pull any court records on what's going on right now exactly between these two. Frankly, it's none of my business. I'm just concerned about the, you know, 4 or 5 charges and what's happening on March 20th. But like I said, we've got, you know, some other things that have gotten involved. And if everything's kind of what I've heard based on, both of these individuals have, you know, spoke with police. And it looks like it's gotten pretty serious. Again, I'm not going to speak on any allegations. But like I said, you know, both of them have gotten involved with their local police departments. And, you know, once you do that and you put a report in someone's name, you know, unfortunately, it can go both ways. It can be obviously a good thing, but if it's an innocent person you're putting a report on, you know, it is unfortunate because the police do have to go through a, you know, pretty much a system, you know, and regardless if they think it's a false report or if it's just, you know, way just out there, they still got to investigate it. One, it's a liability thing because there's been a lot of issues with police not taking certain things serious and they don't show up or they show up a lot later and something that was they thought was not serious was, and people get killed, people get injured because of that. So that's pretty much, you know, straight policy now. What I think any police or law enforcement department is, they pretty much, regardless of the call, are going to try their best, you know, to either reach back to you if you hang up, or if it's a, you know, a hang up call, they're going to try their best to see where that call came from and see what's going on. And same thing, you know, just with a simple report over the phone, they may have to make contact with that other person. And so it begins, you know, and it's not fun, like I said, for both parties. I'm not saying one or the other is innocent. Again, I haven't pulled any paperwork yet. I may or may not. I'm not, like I said, trying to get involved in this business, but, you know, depending if this goes further past March 20th, which I have a feeling it is, we may have to do that. And again, we're just doing that to fact check everybody that's involved in this case. And that's what I do. I'm not here to make allegations. There's plenty of gossip channels out there. There's a guy that goes on twice a day that you can go on that I'm sure is going to be talking about this and letting people say whatever they want and bully each other. So plenty of crappy places you can go if you want to be negative about the whole situation. But it is something that's legally out there. It's got a lot of interest. It's, you know, parties that involve a lot of the communities that watch my channel. And so we're going to cover it. And yeah, again, like I said with Ski, Jen, I agree. I hope for the best for everybody. This isn't done to ridicule people. And honestly, I've got some great feedback from people on doing some positive projects when I do go to these court hearings. And we'll talk about that later. But I've got something planned. I'd like to get your feedback. But I'd like to do something where we can hopefully bring some positivity out of all this and make people aware. That's my main goal, main reason I kind of went away. Not went away, I'm still doing them, but concentrating more on the court coverage than the clipping channel aspect of it, was just to, you know, provide people with fact checks, you know. Unfortunately, on the internet, you hear so many different stories, you know, even with this receipt stuff. And what's funny is I never heard of a receipt till I got involved kind of with the drama community and clipping them, you know. But even receipts can be forged. I mean, I'll tell you, as a clipper, I use Adobe Photoshop a lot. I mean, a tweet, a Twitter post, an Instagram post, a message can easily be photoshopped and manipulated to make one or the other person look bad or good. So, hey, nice. Thank you, Lisa. And sorry, I'm kind of looking up ahead and looking down, so if I missed you. Yeah, I missed the poop, so we're going to have to catch it on the way back. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. But I appreciate the reminder. Good looking out. But where I was going with that is just, you know, what I like to provide is just straight court records, you know, like what we did with the last person we covered, you know. We went straight to the court, you know. We tried to provide live coverage there. We went to the city clerk office, got the records that we wanted to see to fact check, you know, an individual that was saying that this certain incident didn't happen. So... And even from there, you know, we provided you with more court records. I provided you with the live coverage of his last hearing. I mean, that's not just coming from me gossiping right after the court hearing and saying, hey, yeah, sorry, I didn't get you the coverage, but this is what happened. You know, it's just my opinion. So that's the main reason why I'm doing this court coverage. And like I said, we're starting with the communities that I started clipping with and a lot of the interesting parties that are going to court, you know. Again, I'm just not picking on random people. These are people, hey, Snert, hey, Ray. These are people that have, you know, part of these communities that a lot of you are from or watch, and they've gotten in some serious trouble, you know. So that's why, and it brings up a lot of interest. And what I think is funny is, although some of those members or viewers of those communities or, channels or those people may say, well, you know, why are you, you know, even showing or exposing? It's none of your business. Well, I find that kind of funny because it's been my experience just from the last person we covered and my first person I started this court coverage with. And it seems like it's kind of followed into the second person we're covering, which is Controlla, they seem to do a great job of just covering it and exposing their own information and putting it out. I mean, hell, we saw a live stream of the accident as it happened live from Controlla's own phone. So I just find some of those people a little hypocritical, and I did want to address that a bit. And again, I'm not picking sides here. I'm going to stay as neutral as I can. I do have some personal opinions every once in a while. I know some people say, well, you were in Rick's chat this morning. Hey, I watch Controlla too. The only thing is she has me blocked, so I can't participate in her chat when I have questions. And that's kind of, oh, hold on, sticker time. Rio, stop. That's the reason why I wanted to kind of go on here, is because if she's going to watch this, or she's watching now, hold on, let me just take care of this. Is it your back paw? One, up. Oh, there it is. All right, let's kick this to the side. If, you know, she's watching or is going to watch this, I'm going to be having a panel probably next month or up here soon where I'd like to, you know, get in a little bit more in-depth discussion as we get closer to the court date. And I would like to invite her, anybody else, to come on and give their side of the story. Now, this isn't going to be a debate. This isn't going to be a bully show. You know, if they do want to come up, it's going to be your own time. The questions I'm going to ask are going to be questions that are approved by a poll by you guys that you approve of. So that way they're questions coming from the viewers. We could have Controlla's people, you know, Rick's people. We could have Ski Mask people, whoever. I don't care. Whoever wants to come on and give their 2 cents about it. Most importantly, I like to hear the personal views from the people that are involved in this. So Controlla, you are more than welcome to come on to the show. I'm sure you know how to contact me if you want. I'm sure there's any way I try to get a hold of you, even though you might see it, you might not reply or I'm blocked. But like I said, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome. Give me a sec, guys. I have a person coming up. I just want to get Rio on a leash, just in case they're not dog friendly. Hey, hold on. And I'm just going to kind of do a little quick hold on him, because we're almost passing this guy. Hold on. No, Dobbs. Some horse manure out here. We're way out in the sticks. That's why I wanted to come out here. I said, if this is going to be the place where we're not going to have good service, it's going to be out here. So, yeah. So, that's kind of why I wanted to come on and just kind of address that a bit and tell you guys a little bit about the upcoming panel show. You know, again, we may not have anybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, excuse me, that wants to come on. But, you know, it'll still be a show. I'll still have information to talk about. As a matter of fact, if some of my, it's harder for me to do the initial part. I'll say Freedom of Information Act requests come through. I may have some more information to disclose at that time. And that's kind of what I was waiting for, was to hear whether they got approved or denied. And that way, if they're approved and, you know, it's just a matter of waiting for an email, I'd rather wait for that and then have the show. But, yeah. Yep. And then went low blows. Yep, I agree, Jen. You know, like I said, I'm trying not to be on anybody's sides, but it is getting, I think, a little, I don't know, I think a little bit off the subject a bit. And I'm not saying it's one or the other's fault. You know, like I said, I'm just going there to cover the court case at hand for what I have. If you guys looked at the thumbnail, those are the 4 or 5 charges. There's actually a few more that are under the last charge. We'll go over that later. But, yeah, there's a total of, hold on, I can tell you exactly now because I looked it up. 6 charges. So that's what we're going to be looking into, and that's what we're concentrating on. Unfortunately, some events have turned because of this case. And parties have been involved and police have been called. So, like I said, I don't want to get into anybody's personal information. That's not my intention, but, you know, this may be something that's going to be added on to, you know, what happens to this court case. I mean, this could be now witness statements that are going to be involved in the upcoming court cases. So, yeah, it can get real. And that's kind of what I want to make people aware, you know. Know that there are a lot of resources now that are being expended through the police, through the court system. And we always want to make sure that we're not wasting any of those resources' times, you know. And if it's serious, it's a real allegation, by all means, please contact the police. Please do what you have to do. But, yeah, you know, it is getting kind of, you know, to a point where I just hope, you know, both parties are going to be pretty much all right after this, you know. And I mean, I don't mean physically. I mean, you know, just mentally and just going on with life, you know. I think it's a problem that both parties don't need in their lives right now. But shit happens, you know. Like I said, it's none of my business, so I'm not going to make allegations or give too many personal thoughts or ideas. But yeah, you know, I personally, at my age now, and just kind of the experiences I've had, and, you know, seeing a lot of young people pass away through my own family and friends, shit, man, I take life serious, man. Every day I try to do as much as I can, because I used to not. You know, I was a little wild child, not crazy wild, but, you know, everybody has that time. But boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, man, especially if like I said, a lot of you know I don't have children. Well, the internet says I have children and I'm married, so we can go with that. But if you don't believe the internet, I don't have children and I'm not married. But, you know, even with that, you know, I still live the way I do. And I'll tell you what, if I had children and I was married, you bet I wouldn't be getting involved in a lot of the bullshit that you see that goes on out there on the tubes. And, you know, we've seen a lot of that come from the ski mask community. That's almost becoming its own community. Isn't that crazy? There you go, Ski. Shout out to you, man. That's what you wanted, the bully community. But, boy, I don't think that's going to work out too well. And that's pretty shitty. That's how you want to make your, you know, couple of dollars every week. But to each their own. But, man, that was a whole different ball game I was exposed to. I've never seen people in that age group say some of the things they do. And I'm not even saying about me. I'm talking about just other people and themselves, man. Like I told you, they're like tadpoles and fucking frogs, man. They run out of somebody to bully or talk shit about, they just start turning on themselves. That happened the other night, man. It was crazy. And then I even posted a little clip about it yesterday. If you guys saw it, it's on the main channel, on the clip channel. But no mugshots yet. What's up, Baseline? Sorry, I'm looking up ahead of me. Dogs are right here. Oh, yeah, we already passed the guy. Sorry, Rio. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? All right, bud. He's like, let me go. So, yeah. You know, exactly. Yep. So, you know, that's all I want to say about that. But, yeah, like I was saying is it just amazes me that, you know, at that age, you know, when you probably got grandkids, family, hell, even if you don't, you know, shit, if you're retired, I'd be out enjoying life, man. Not just getting involved in people's drama and being negative and feeling negative. I mean, most of those people I see on these negative bullying channels, they're either in a great mood when they're bullying people, or they're in a pissed off, horrible mood when there's nobody to bully. And that's why they start bullying each other. So, I don't get it. But, like I said, when you're dealing with something that's a platform for millions, even billions of people on the worldwide internet, there's always going to be that 1%. So, just remember that, folks. It's a good tip from something somebody gave me once. It's just the 1% rule, man. Don't get yourself wrapped up in shit, because there's always that 1%. It doesn't matter what you do, what you say. You know, you could be a 200% right and they're negative 1,000 wrong. It's still not going to change their mind. It's kind of the definition of a narcissist. Exactly. Exactly, baby. And that's why I can do what I can do. Exactly. And, you know, like I said, I work for myself. So when I'm not busy, even doing my job doesn't involve a lot of, you know, personal public interaction. That's why I started doing what I'm doing, because I had a lot of that and I got tired of it. And, you know, like I said, you start dealing with a lot of negative people, man, it starts coming down on you. You start, you know, taking their negativity home with you. And like I said, I don't have children, but hell, even just visiting my family, they could tell when I was in a pissed off mood, if I had a bad day at work. So that's why I just did what I did, man, and I'm glad I did. And I encourage anybody, if you ever want to just leave that corporate world, that 8 to 5, whatever it is, you know, whatever it is you want to do that makes you happy, just remember, man, you got one life, do it. And get it done as soon as you can, because it's going to be a lot easier. Not saying anything with older people, I'm old too. But things do get more difficult as you get up there in age. And that's coming from my dad and mom. They're the ones that encouraged me a lot to do what I'm doing. My dad was actually pretty stoked to hear what I was doing on the YouTube stuff. And that's, you know, even just the YouTube is new to him. So, you know, you should imagine when I'm telling him about these bully channels and ski masks and Controllas and holy moly. I'll tell you what, for a guy that likes to read books, he's almost probably going to start watching my channel. He's so interested. So, yeah, I can see how that shit gets addicting, but we got to have moderation. That's all I'm saying. Just like we're doing now, you know, going on a walk, and we can do both, man. We can do some live streaming. We're going on a walk, doing a little bit of both. Moderation, a little yin to the yang. So, And I think that's what I like about this chat and this community here is you guys, you know, I think we kind of are, we bring together everybody, you know. I know there's those hardcore trolls in here that, you know, regardless of what I say, you're always going to be anti NJCourts. But hey, you know, like I said, at least you still have fun coming in here. And as long as you're not too rowdy, I'll let you say your shit and vice versa. So I love reading this chat because it's fun, you know. I like doing my thing, but I like how you guys have your conversations, and that's exactly what I want. Want something interactive, you know. I'm tired of just seeing these channels where it's just the leader and the 4 lieutenants of every channel. I'm not even picking on old Ski Mask anymore. Like I said, we're dotted over that chapter unless he gets in trouble again. But I'm just noticing that same pattern, man. I mean, where do you think he learned it from? You know? So, that's all. That's all it is. Oh, who said, hold on. Just Jen. Jen, are you saying I have a fake job? All right, I'm going to have to show some receipts now. Well, if I got to make my mods happy, then I guess I will. Anyways. So, yeah. I'm not on the computer. Otherwise, it'd be a lot easier to ask questions and get your guys' opinions. But I hope you guys can actually have 2 lives if you get amnesia. Hey, that is true. Oh, we got a car coming down. Hold on. Rio's pretty good about it, but let's just be better than safe than sorry, right? That's what I always say. Hold on, Mr. Rio. Thank you for waiting. You're such a good boy. It's almost like you read my mind. All right. Oh, then I let Dottie go. Hold on, dogs. Ah, I'm sorry. Ah! We got dogs getting everywhere. Hold on. It's turning into a mess. Oh, jeez. All right, we're good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I stepped on my little doggy's foot. I'm a horrible dog owner. Called Pete on me. No, he's all right. He is louder than what he makes himself sound. I'll tell you a little quick story. When I took him to get neutered, because he was a rescue dog. There you go. See? He can even go off his leash. He's a bad little dog. They told me you can't come pick him up till after 3 o'clock. No ifs, ands, or buts. Don't call. Don't bug us. You got it. So, you know, it was like, what, about 8 in the morning when you have to drop them? You know, everybody, it's just a line, you know. They say, you know, it's an appointment, but you get there, it's just a long line. So, you know, about 8:39, I get done out of line and dropping them off. I'd probably have to say 2 hours later, if that, my phone blows up, and it's, you know, I got so scared because, you know, they said don't call or bother till after 3. So I could tell it's their number, and I'm, you know, freaking the F out. And the lady goes, excuse me, can you come get your dog right now? He's done, but he is just crying, and we cannot take it anymore. And I was like, I'm on my way. I know exactly what you're talking about. So, yeah, he likes to exaggerate a lot. I'll tell you that. Especially when he wants something. Oh my gosh, he knows that he's got that annoying bark in him. But he's getting better, because that's an annoying habit to let your dogs get used to, is, you know, them knowing that if they put a little scene with the barking thing, they're going to get what they want. Because with him, that is, oh my gosh, he would drive everybody crazy. But I don't care. I love him. I don't care how loud he is, to be honest with you. I laugh. Oh, I know. I'm just giving her shit, chillax. I'm just teasing. I know Jen's probably not talking about me. I'm just giving her shit. Come on, Dobbs. You gonna join us or what? And he said, I'm gonna sniff. There's a bunch of little sniffy things around here. Yeah, so anyway, so I hope, you know, most of you are kind of on the same picture as me, but if not, you know, again, that's what we're here for, is to discuss. And I love to have everybody's different opinions and views. And like I said, you know, upcoming, we got the Controlla Court Case. That's March 20th. That can change. You know how things are with court. We've learned this from the last person we were covering. So, you know, things can change. That's probably a reason why I'm most likely going to take a plane this time over there. Just for the fact that I can purchase a refundable ticket. So that way, even if last minute there's a change or a date change, there's no problem. I can just have the ticket changed. I don't have to worry about getting another ticket. Come here, Rio. Let's go hang out with Dobbs, because he's chilling over here, and I'm not going to lose him. He's too small. He'll blend in with everything. But yeah, with one of those refund, they're a little bit more expensive, but they're not too much, honestly, than what the cheap ticket is. You're probably talking about sometimes $25 to $50 more to get that little bit of extra insurance that, hey, something happens, no problemo. They'll just issue out a new ticket. As long as, there's room for you, they'll give you a ticket on, whatever, next plane or time you want to go off on. So, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. Obviously it's quicker, nicer to take the plane, more convenient, but that's not really the reason. I don't mind taking trains, buses. You all know that. But, like I said, just for the fact that stuff can change, I'd rather not spend a lot of money on a ticket that I can't get a refund on, even though we'd still have a lot of fun in the New York area, just like we are going to have fun when we head up there for the court hearing. Like I said, I plan on maybe getting there a day or two before, because the hearing, I believe, is Monday. I got to double check, but, so we'd get there on a Thursday, Friday, and we can do some fun streams on the main channel of the New York trip, A lot of people have never been. We'll hit some of the big landmarks, get a poll going on what you guys want to see. But, come Monday morning, it's NJCourts time, The hat flips around, instead of it being what they say with the mullet, party on the back, business on top, It's party on the back, business on top, We're Monday morning, we're there to get the coverage. If we have any interviews lined up while we're there, we're going to do that over the weekend. Maybe it happens Monday morning as well. So, hey, good to see you. Lots of fun. But anywho, let's see here. I'm the one that messaged you on Instagram. Looks like beautiful weather. Enjoy the walk. Yes. Well, thank you. And if anybody else, Instagram is one way to get a hold of me. Probably the best way. I'm kind of new to it, so I apologize if I don't respond right away. I did just download the app to my new phone. But before, when I first started the channel and I just had gone on, I was just using the browser version. So I guess I didn't know you could set notifications on your browser. Now I do, but I didn't have them on. So it's just a matter of when I checked it, I would see when I got new messages. But now it should come through anytime anybody wants to contact me. So if you ever have any questions, you just want to say hi. My Insta is literally the at NJCourts TV on Instagram. And you can just add me. I'm not a private account, so anybody can go on there. Nothing to hide. Got a few pictures. There's not a lot of posts up there, but I am starting to utilize it a lot. So if the notifications don't come through a lot, come on, Rio. On YouTube, I hope the Instagram, if you're a friend of mine on there, you should see the Insta notifications hopefully come through. Well, that depends if we have any business to do there, Array. I mean, I'm not saying I'll return to go on vacation. I enjoyed myself there. I was just there for a few days, and the downtown area I was at wasn't really popping on the weekend. Honestly, I had a lot of fun Monday, so I wish I would have stayed, Monday through, Wednesday. But, yeah, I mean, I'll definitely return on vacation. Whether we return on another court coverage or for business, who knows? That's going to be up to that individual at this point. The ball is in his hand, as they say. Yeah, this is real fun. So we're out kind of in the country area where I'm from. I'm on the east side right now, Clarissa. I'm not going to dox my actual residence location that I stay at the most, just for right now. Obviously, if maybe you haven't known, but a lot of my info got doxed a few weeks ago, which I didn't care. It's nothing important, nothing nobody knew, but if I could keep a little bit of my private side private, I don't mind doing that. But I'm sure I'll certainly share it with you, or people are going to find out or know. So it always happens. We slip when we live stream. But I'm not too far east. A lot of people, when they think I say east, and that's probably my fault, because I'm not originally from the East Coast, from the Southwest. So, I consider east anything on the other side of the Mississippi line. A lot of people, when they hear east, they think I'm in New Jersey or New York area. No, definitely not. Too cold for me up there. Even though it gets cold over here, too cold over there. Yeah, it happens to a lot of people, and that's what bullies do when they don't have anything to do or talk about. That's what he thought he could get me on. And honestly, he didn't know who I was, so he probably thought, hey, I'll have my little trolls look him up. He's going to have some, court records, some bad stuff and we're going to really embarrass him, you know. What's a guy with the court, you know, felony or record doing covering me and talking shit? And like I said, I have nothing to hide. So as soon as they were doxing, I was like, oh man, you guys are in for it. You're about to see somebody that actually has a pretty cool life. And I think that's what they did. So if you were watching, the coolest or worst picture they could pull out of all the pictures on my Facebook, I guess, is what they supposedly found, was the one they wanted to make fun was me finishing a 26.2 mile marathon. And I thought that was hilarious because the bullies were like, who would run 26 miles? You're a loser to run that much. And I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm not saying it's an accomplishment and I'm some badass, but my God, I mean, can't you bully me on something else than saying, hey, you're a dipshit for running a marathon? All right. Yeah. Well, and that's what I thought was hilarious because it just made themselves look even more dumb. It's like, are you? And it was funny, even some of the viewers, Ski's own little viewers, I wouldn't say his hierarchy on the cult, but some of the new, you know, kind of borderline, they're not sure if they want to join the cult yet members, they were even on there like, dude, it's a marathon. Like, that's actually an accomplishment. Like, and then like Ski actually was kind of like, you know, he reads his chat. You know, that's the one good he's good at doing because he reads his chat and that's how he just starts his storyline. So as soon as he started seeing people were kind of disagreeing and not liking that, oh, all of a sudden he's like, well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool that he runs. I mean, that is a lot of miles. You know, he starts doing the little, turns into a nice guy and then he blames it on his bipolarism, which I think's hilarious. So, yeah, a lot of rogue mods, man. It's crazy, this little YouTube channel stuff, man. I'm just a little clip court coverage channel. And there's like double spies, reverse spies. There's mobster hits. There's kitten mamas. There's cult members after you. There's other clip channels that want to hate on you that, you know, didn't even hate on me, like I said before, when I was at 999 subscribers. But as soon as you turn 1000, they're like, fuck you, your channel sucks, hope you die. It's like, what'd I do to you? I don't even know who you are. These are both my dogs. Yeah, so I'm sorry, some of you are just joining. See, I got off the subject with that shithead, not shithole, excuse me. This is Dobby. He's named after the character. Wasn't named after, I didn't name him. My friend that first rescued him named him Dobby because she says he looks just like Dobby from Harry Potter, which I had to look it up and I would agree. So when you see him through the front with his little spiky ears, he looks a lot more like him. And this is Rio. They're both male dogs and they're both really good dogs. Dobby was raised with another bigger dog, Zia girl. She passed away. Rip, bless her heart. I don't even want to talk about it because it makes me cry. But yeah, so he thinks he's a big dog. So it's pretty funny and pretty cool at the same time. But it gives him an attitude as well. So, but I like his little attitude. His little spiciness. He's got little man syndrome for sure, like me. So, what's up, Sarah the Leech? Is that your alt or is that a new member, new subscriber? It's funny, there must have been, I haven't figured it out yet. I've lost like 14 subscribers in the last 48 hours, which I never really lose subscribers. So I don't know if that's just part of the game or what, but I can't tell if it's people that actually just dislike me for whatever reason now, or they're just like some alts or like, you know, I don't know. You know, like, was it one crazy person that had 13 alts that just decided to unsubscribe? But anywho, if out of almost 1,500 subscribers, if all I lost was 15 subscribers after the court coverage and kind of giving you more a personal view of how my channel wants to go, hey, I don't think that's too bad. I'm glad the rest of you stayed. So thank you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I worked with both, actually, Flathead. Well, it's not intentionally, but the rescue I ran, we had the two breeds we had the most were pit bulls and chihuahuas. And yeah, the chihuahuas get adopted a little bit quicker because they're smaller and easier to take care of, some people think. But in reality, there's just so many of them that it was just once you got one adopted, you took in 5 more, you know. And it's real sad. And then with the pitties, you know, a lot of people get that bad, you know, reputation on them, so that doesn't help. And then, you know, no matter what type of breed of dog, when you're in a kennel setting, you're not in the best mood. So that's where my job came, was, educating people on, kennel dogs, how to train them. My big thing was training. I took a lot of time with my staff and in myself training the dogs we had. And we had cats as well, more dogs. That way it was a little easier to get them adopted. They were a lot more pet friendly with their, when we had a meet and greet. Or even just being more friendly towards a human, not necessarily that person even has their own dog to do a meet and greet. So I think if more kennels and other rescues can work on that, that'll really help. It really helps, because unfortunately people window shop dogs, and it's nothing against them. Some people have never had a dog in their life, and when you window shop, what do, right? You're always looking for the best product, the best date, so it's unfortunate, but it happens. I'm looking forward. I got to look at the ground. I got to look forward because I'm working with a dog off the leash. And I got to look backwards. So I'm working. I apologize, but I see your comments there, the leash. I'm not skipping them on purpose. They are easy. That's the one thing. I definitely learned that. The kennel that I ran, we had about 30 dogs and about 12 cats at the most. I would say we probably averaged more about 7 or 8. But when we were like max was I think 12 to 15 cats. And that's like if we had kittens, could put like 3 of them in the same, big, they were like the double story kennels, these weren't really small kennels. Actually, the cats had a pretty nice setup at the rescue I worked at. And they were super easy, man. I've always been with animals, but dogs. So that was kind of not my first time dealing with cats, but, taking care of them in a rescue setting. And, oh, yeah, definitely, even in a rescue setting, they're a lot easier to take care of. They learn how to use the litter box right away. They clean themselves. You got to feed them usually just once a day. What's that? I was banned for what? So if you want to contact, so if this is the Sarah, contact me through Instagram or through the, we'll figure it out. I think Insta would be the best way, and I'll talk to you because I don't know if you really are them or not. I can't tell. So I'm not going to get into that on the chat because, like I said, anybody can be whoever they want to be on here. And like I said, if you were banned, it could have been on purpose, could be on accident. Like I said, when I was saying earlier, there's people acting like other people are rogue. And I don't care. I just think it's funny. I said it does nothing to hurt me or this channel. It's just people wanting to get information from you, sadly. They want to pretty much use it to dox you, use it against you. I've learned a lot of people, these kind of fake people that come on, they want to try to be your friend. And then, any private information you share, you think it's just between them. And really, you're talking to kitten mama, Letting kitten mama know where your home address is because you're talking about hanging out at each other's casa for the summertime, with my best buddy from Instagram. So, yeah, and see, I don't know. You can make up all the conspiracies you want. But, again, if you want to discuss anything about that, if it's really you, you know how to contact me. You've been around the tubes long enough if it's really you. And that's the last we're going to talk about that because that's not what we're here for. Drama free, remember? Nobody's forcing you to hit that subscribe button or to keep watching me. So if you're not enjoying a nice walk, talk about the upcoming court date, no problema. Just hit that little box with the X on the right hand corner and you're all done with me. But for everybody else joining and having a good time, I saw a lot of people talking about the walk, discussions about the court hearing, talking about what we saw this morning. I appreciate you coming in and using the chat for what I like it for, as an interactive way to discuss the topic at hand. Yeah. And what's funny is I don't even know who that person is. That's what's even hilarious is you guys don't even come close to even... I mean, don't you already... I thought he doxed my name, my picture, and I'm still Vecchio? That's hilarious. Like I said, I don't know who he is. Maybe the guy looks like me or talks like me. So maybe you're being confused as that. But I don't understand what's so important. Who's this Vecchio guy? Vecchio. Maybe that'll be a new investigation. Who is Vecchio? Will the real Mr. Vecchio please stand up? So, yeah, anyways. But, yeah, getting back to the subject at hand, March 20th is going to be coming up sooner than expected. You know, just a few weeks away. Quite frankly, I hope Controlla has already been seeking or has already gotten some legal defense, whether it's through the private channel or through a public defender. I certainly wouldn't, you know, I mean, she can do whatever she wants. She has every legal right to defend herself, but I haven't really heard any mention of that. Whether she's just keeping that private, which I respect that, or like I said, she just hasn't even figured that out yet. And remember, there's no like DoorDash for lawyers. You just can't order a lawyer like 1 hour before your hearing and they're going to just show up and represent you. So I know sometimes we get too far in that internet world, but the reality is if you got a serious case like she has coming up, I hope you're already been in discussions with your lawyer by now. We're not heading back yet, Flathead. On the way back, we're going to pick it up. I didn't forget, but thank you for reminding me. We are about to turn around because we have gone pretty far. You know, Rio can hack a long trip. Actually, Dobby could too, but, you know, we don't want to push him. So now we're going to turn around, Flathead. I am turning around. So I would say remind me in about 5 to 10, I would say closer to 10 minutes. We should be next to where the poop will be. We'll be approaching the poop spot. And we'll take care of that. I don't want a new conspiracy coming out about me not picking up dog poop. Yeah, you too. You too. Like I said, I'm not about the drama. So if you're upset about something, no hard feelings. Like I said, I don't really know what's going on. I'm obviously on a live stream. So it's like I said, we can talk about it later when I'm not doing what I'm doing and I'm actually on a computer and can see stuff. Yeah, I think they're just trolling and playing around, Tammy. But I gotcha. Hey, you know, maybe it's just a rumor. Maybe dog poop is fucking excellent for the environment. And we just got it all wrong. It's just the way that the poop bag makers make money. You know? I mean, shit, why can't you go, when you go camping or backpacking, as long as you're, I forgot the exact, I never even mess with it, but you got to be a certain amount of yards away from a downflowing river or body of water. But you know, you poop it in, you know, some places will make you carry it out, but a lot of places will tell you to bury it. So, you know, we bury human shit, which I think is just as toxic or more toxic than dog shit. But who knows? Like I said, it could be really toxic for the environment, or it could just be a conspiracy for the dog bag makers to make, the dog poop bag makers to make money. And those people that make the little poop scoops for the people that can't bend down, or us lazy ones. But hey, just a theory. And that's why I like this channel. We do get off subject sometimes, but it is funny. Like the Coke, what was it? The what's in your cup conspiracy? Oh man, too many fun memes. I'm glad I'm not like a big time streamer or anything, because if there was people really clipping me, holy moly, they'd have a treasure trove of memes to embarrass me with. Yes, I know, I didn't bring any water for myself. And you know what? The dogs drank before we left. I always try to make them do that. But as long as we did go, I am a little gonna give myself a little slap on the wrist for at least not bringing them a bottle with me. Let's see. It was fun. It was fun. I mean, like I said, this is not the, obviously, you guys have seen me come through Albuquerque last weekend, I think, when we did the Pollo Hermano. And like I told you before, and maybe you didn't know, but with my work, my job, I come through Albuquerque and then I go to Phoenix about minimum of once a month. When I'm busy, it's twice a month. So that consists of me leaving the east, stopping in Albuquerque for about a day or two, then going to Phoenix for about a day or two, then heading back. Sometimes it's literally I get back and then it's just starting the week over again. So, but it's fun. It's like I said, at least when I'm in New Mexico, it's where I was born. You know, I spent some time here, and you know, I know the place because I visit family and friends, you know, even when I'm not doing my work thing, you know. And I just started doing this, working for myself, I don't know, as far as going back and forth, maybe a few years. So, you know, prior to that, I used to come down for the balloon fiesta and visit friends and stuff. So yeah, I have fun. I'll have fun here soon in Phoenix. I like Phoenix around this time when it's not so hot yet, and then it's not cold. So Phoenix is my favorite around this time of the year. This is when you'll see a lot of, like, they do a lot of marathons and runs about this time of the year, because they can't do it in the summertime. It's just physically impossible. People be dehydrating and keeling over everywhere. Either that or they have to run the races or marathons at nighttime, dusk till night. But usually this is when they'll do it. They run, actually that picture that they doxed me with, that was from that was actually from Phoenix. Oh man, I don't know what year, but that was the rock and roll marathon series. I don't know if there's any marathoners in the chat, but if you are, and even if you aren't, you may have heard of the rock and roll marathon series. They usually put on a half marathon and a full marathon, and they go to a lot of cool cities. They do one like I know on the West Coast, they do, Phoenix is a big one. They do San Diego. I did San Diego. That was cool. You literally, I forgot the name of the freeway. It's the main freeway that goes into San Diego, right near SeaWorld, because that's where you end, is at SeaWorld. But you're literally running on a, like, literally they closed down both lanes of the freeway for a very short time, because I'm sure it's a nuisance. And you're literally running down the freaking whatever it is, you know, if it's like the 401, you know, and it's a trip because you can feel like, whoa, this is awkward, you know. We're on a freeway, like, you know, 5-lane freeway, both sides. But that's cool. They do one in Vegas. I've never done the one in Vegas. They do that one at night. Come on, Rio. Just gotta make sure they don't got stickers. Well, I'm watching Dobbs right now. There's Dobbs. But Rio's the one I got off leash. But yeah, so I've done the Phoenix one. I've done the one in San Diego. They have some, I don't think as many on the East Coast. They have one in New York. But they must be out of the West Coast because they do most of their marathons there. And they do half marathons. They'll do like little 5-milers. So if you're just kind of new to the scene, you know, you don't have to start even off with a half marathon. You can have just as much fun doing one of their 5Ks or a 10K. Yoshi, I really haven't paid. I guess it's the IP2.network. So, yeah, I mean, anything that, you know, helps the channel with publicity is good. I haven't really, other than Landon telling me about it, I've only streamed, I think, twice since then. So I personally haven't been contacted by anybody from that organization or community. But hey, I appreciate it. If someone's watching, I think his name's Scamcast. You know, shout out to you and the IP2.network for putting me on their TV guide. This is not the same affiliation with the other site, which is going to have the forum and a site that I'm no longer endorsing because it's just gone to shit. It's nothing near the community when I used to watch the CX community and all that shit way back when. So, but the .network's pretty cool because they have everybody, not necessarily you're part of that community. They got a lot of the police auditors, the CPS dudes. They got all sorts of shit. You know, they got some wild, crazy people on there. So I just look at it as kind of pretty much being on like a pay-per-view channel guide. So, hey, if it helps the channel grow, because honestly, people aren't going to watch you if they don't like you. So, you know, you might have a few, you know, people just coming because you're new and checking you out. But eventually, you know, if that's not the type of shit they like, it's not the type of shit they watch. So, you know, I definitely appreciate the public is, or what would you call it? The publicity, I guess you can say. But yeah, I personally have not been in contact with anybody from that website and all that. I have not done Boston. You have to qualify. And obviously at my shape right now, that's not going to happen. I would definitely have to train for at least minimum 6 months to a year. I did train one time, 6 months for it. It wasn't at my peak running period, and I wasn't even close to qualifying. So it's as easy as some people make it sound. And there's even, and I'm not saying easy as they make it sound, but let's just put it this way. They actually have runs that are what they call qualifying runs or marathons. And they try to make them as simple as they can. So what I mean by that is it's like a flat track, as flat as they can. Hell, they even have some that are completely downhill, which I will tell you, I've done one of those before. It is not as easy as you think it is going downhill. One, you're using a muscle that you hardly use a lot unless you train, which I didn't for downhill running. And holy moly, in one, you're exhausted just as much going down the hill, but then you got to remember, when you go down, you must come up. So you go down these gnarly hills, and then, you know, which, like I said, that's not even very easy, but boy, oh boy, going back up them is not fun. So, although they they probably are easier than a normal marathon, you know, they're still not easy. So I don't know why they say that. It's like, oh, come run our marathon and it's going to be the easiest way to qualify for Boston or New York. And shit, you got to be in shape, and you still got to be running a very good pace. So yeah, we're out. I wanted to come out in the sticks here. It's very dry and dusty right now. Just because I wanted to pretty much test out the worst place I could imagine they'd have reception in this area. No, not in Oklahoma. Not even near it. You do realize that pretty much, I mean, I've never been to like every state in the country, but most of your states in the West, East Coast, Northwest, Southwest, they have ditches. That's why I figured some of y'all are going to get smart. See, something you'll find out eventually. I'll tell you. I don't care. Like I said, I have nothing to hide, but you know, if I keep my privacy a little bit private for a while, I don't mind that. But yeah, I'd figure there'd be people already like, judging by the type of tree and the size of grass and the, you know, the dust and the wind speed, I'm going to guess that you're in this area. Shit, you see how big Texas is, man. Texas looks like this. I could be in Texas. Nah, I'm just kidding. I think I'd have a little bit more of it. Oh, you know what? Not a lot of people have a strong Texas accent, even until you get into like, where was I? Man, it was strong. It was a little city too. It's a college town. Man, I'll remember here in a bit, but holy moly, I went to a Chick-fil-A and everybody had that strong twang, man. It was crazy. It was cool. But yeah, I never seen that much twang. All right, we're approaching the poop spot. So I got to pay a little bit of attention. Okay. So that's not it, because that's dry. See, that's funny. Now that I know I'm approaching it, you can tell he pooped where there was other dogs pooping, because there's a bunch of poop turds here. Man, that's sad. These people couldn't even... Dude, what the hell? I'll show you right now. I'm going to grab the bag, but holy moly, now I see why he pooped. He went poop before we went, but he just forced himself because there's other people over here that were pooping. All right, I see your poop. I see it. We're the only dogs out here, and that's the only fresh poop amongst the other poops. Well, I hope you guys are still there. Yeah, okay, cool. I just saw a new chat. It says everything looks good. I think it was just a setting thing. I mean, ultimately, it could have been a reception thing, but I would say I'm probably in an area where I would have trouble on my other phone, which is Metro PCS service, over here. And I figured, I mean, you know, even if the Verizon wasn't great in that city, I mean, it still's got to work, you know, in the main area where I was at. So I think it was the settings. Okay, wait, we passed. What the heck? Hold on. Oh, man, I don't have my glasses. I thought that was the bag. Dude, you want to see what I thought it was a bag from the distance? That's bad, huh? Holy moly, I need to get my glasses. That was pretty sad. Oh, you're so funny, one voter. You got to go look at all my other videos. I think I did pretty good on the Breaking Bad trip. As a matter of fact, if you want to see some pretty cool action, towards the end of the that day, we actually walked into a cultural center and had quite a bit of fun there. And I'm not going to say most of my... Oh, all right, I guess this is when I lose most of you here. Looks like our exalted one is purposely on right now. He must have just woke up from his day-long nap had his little PB&J Sammy. Mommy said thank you for the glass of milky. And then, no worries, I have no hard feelings. I'm not going to be crying or calling you out or going in Ski's chat to see which one of you are leaving here and watching him. So, by all means, I don't want to keep you here any longer. I know we're not doing any bullying right now. We're just walking with the dogs. And I know a lot of it's on the ground. But, hey, you know, some people may just enjoy the sound of my voice, one voter. Nah, I got you. We're working on it, though. We're working on it. But, yeah, I'm just kind of used to that. See? Country. Told you. See, you can even see the sky where it was starting to get a little, starting to break out a little there. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, a lot of blue skies look the same, man. But maybe you're right. Maybe you're on to something. Please don't tell Mitten Mama. Please don't tell her where I'm at. Oh, cool. I'm glad you did, one voter. You know, I figure that's not, a lot of people may not even know who, you know, or excuse me, may not even watch Breaking Bad or may not even care. So that was kind of, you know, specific little tour for people. And it seemed like the people that were there and watched it enjoyed it. And I'm glad they did, because that was what that was for. I wanted to bring that experience to people that may not have the chance to come down to Albuquerque and visit the, because like I said, unless I'm mistaken, maybe they did film a few places in California. They mainly filmed in all of Albuquerque, New Mexico area. So if you are a true Breaking Bad fan and you want to experience that, I would say definitely plan a trip to Albuquerque sometime. And like I told people then, I would try to do it around the balloon fiesta. It's one of the nicest times. Oh, really? Okay, maybe I'm coming back. I'm showing 3,000 kbps. Yeah, let's do the tree line. There you go. Good suggestion. See, I like that. That's why I want an interactive chat. Thank you, one voter. I totally agree with you. Let's change it up. See, that's good thinking. Well, which one do you like, the ditch or let's do tree? That's a little easier because I can read the chat. I'm a righty, so for some reason I like to look to the right-hand side. But yeah, we'll change it up. I agree with you on that. You know, I didn't think there was much scenery around here if I was on a mountain area or next to like a lake or river, but a lot better than the ground though, I agree. Let's see, any Chinese balloons out there? I barely started watching that on the news. I told you I took a few days off the tubes, man. Had to just kind of see what was going on with the, you know, United States of America, and that's a trip, man. Straight up seeing those jets take down those, you know, take out, I guess, like they said, it's just a weather balloon, quote, unquote. But I have a feeling that's probably been going on for a while now. We're just, for whatever reason, the media is just covering it. Balloons! Yeah. So, speaking of that, man, have you been watching these little young guns on these IRL streamers? What's the Young Cheeto? Dude, those guys are using those whip it things like, I guess that's the new fad, man. It's sad. I mean, I guess if it's better than getting hooked on opioids, but I don't really see, you know, what the difference is, honestly. They're both bad for you. And honestly, I think those whippets are horrible for your brain. I don't think any one of them's good for your brain, but, you know, I mean, at least one's still, I guess, sponsored by the FDA, and I don't think whippets are. But yeah, man, talking about balloons, that's why I got into that. Those, like I said, it's just sad, man. Just, like I said, fry your brain for 30-second high or whatever it is, and I don't know. I'd rather just smoke on a little doobie. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Oh, see? I knew it. Some of you were some ski viewers in here. I'm just messing. That's hilarious. Boy, oh boy. But hey, like I said, man, that guy's sure running a cult, man. He's, like I said, they're almost going to have to start naming a whole community after him. And I don't think it's going to be one most people want to be affiliated with, but holy moly. No, you know what? Like I said, I don't care who comes and watches. This channel is for everybody. This is not like I said, a bully or gossip channel, even though some people might think it is, or troll me and say it is, or, you know, whatever they want to. Everybody's opinion's welcome. But the one thing I will tell you, I do not care who watches who's got more viewers than who makes more donations than who. Like I said, this is not my career, although it's fun and exciting. Honestly, even if I did this full time, I don't think I'd enjoy it as much as what I do now. But it is fun. So, yeah, nope, hey, you never know. So good looking out. Plus, you guys can also see any poop, because we should be coming close, I think. What I thought was the just poop area was a poop area, but it wasn't ours, because mine is next to the bag. Not super close, but it's close. So you'll be able to see the poop. If you see a Yeti, please let me know, because at that point I'm going to run. Oh, hold on, maybe I can get some ducks. Here we go. The mighty ducks, V formation. Maybe they'll fly over us. Hold on. Oh, I think they are. Oh, you're in luck. You're in luck. Check it out. Look up. Look up. Mighty duck V formation. There you go. There you go. Work on those nature scenes. But we're also a miscellaneous news channel, so we get off topic. So yeah, you know, I got off the topic a bit about the whippets, but yeah, it's pretty bad, man. And the reason I brought it up was, noticed it's pretty like popular thing to do with a lot of these streamers now is, you know, it used to be the fire sales, which, hey, I'm cool with that. Everybody's gone through their party stage. But, you know, I started seeing what's the dude that they do fence sales now and whippet sales now. I mean, it's just, I think I would have rather, and these guys are young, man. I mean, at that age, one, you could be making more money just working a regular 8 to 5 or even a part-time job. But, you know, I know it's lazy. I know it's, hey, that's your cup of tea and you're getting paid to party up and do whippets all day, then shit, you know. But you're not going to live too long doing that, that's for sure. Exactly. I don't think people realize how important your brain is and how easily you can really screw it up, man. That brain of ours is very fragile. Not a lot of skin and skull between the brain and you know, hitting your head on a rock, hitting your head through a windshield. I'm even pretty, you know, I would not say lucky, but, you know, as a kid growing up skiing a lot, and even into like my high school, I would probably say I stopped going like all the time when I was a junior. I never wore a helmet. It wasn't because it was like an uncool thing. They just really didn't exist. And yeah, if I went out now or if I had kids, they're definitely wearing helmets, man. So I'll tell you what, I had a lot of close calls running into a tree, and I could easily see somebody, you know, you're flying so quick, man. You smack into a tree with your head, you're done. That's what I'm saying. That was probably just my luck there, that as many times as I may have almost hit a tree, I just didn't, because, you know, like I said, that just, the helmets weren't part of that type of equipment back in those days. Just like a lot of different sports have a lot of new, better safety equipment out. Football, shit. I do a lot of mountain climbing. Holy moly, you should see the videos. There's not a lot, you know, on YouTube. But you should see the climb. If you're a mountain climber, ever delved into that, you should watch like the shit. Not indoor as much, but like the trads. Oh man, like the trad climbers from the 90s, 80s, 70s. Man, those guys were like fucking rappelling on shoestrings, man. Ski back to Banning because he's sitting on his money mommy's couch. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something. If that guy actually had real bills, or like, you know, was taking care of his responsibilities like he should, that shit wouldn't fly. Although some of you are not going to believe me, and I will be accused of making up shit, believe it or not, most of those donations Ski says he gets are just lies. If you've been watching him as long as I have, you can just even tell by the way his voice sounds when he has a real donation and he gets excited versus his little greeting card donation. If you ever noticed that? One, back in the days, you heard something audible when he got a donation, which, you know, I hear now. You know, I'll hear him say he gets a donation when you hear that zzz, zzz. And then sometimes you don't hear anything and he says he's got a donation. But back in the days when he didn't have the 200 people, just had his little tight group of mods and a few friends that donated money to him, you would hear that zzz, zzz, you know, and you could tell by his voice when he got, Rio, come on. All right, I'm going to start looking. We're almost to the poop area. When he got a dono. Now, you can tell, because he'll be like, one, you can just tell by his voice. Two, you don't hear anything. And three, it's so funny, because he'll be like, oh, I got a Cash App. Got a Cash App, guys. Then he has to wait for his brain to reset for 5 seconds so he can make up his lie. And like I said, the dude should actually work for Hallmark, man. The guy comes up with some lines. I mean, it just kind of depends on the topic they're talking about. But most of them will be like, oh, got a Cash App, guys. Oh, thank you. Ski, you look great today. The hair is on point. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, I know. Thank you for that Cash App. You know, and it's like, dude, one, those people want attention when they donate. You don't think if they really donated $20, they're not going to put like, Ski, you better yell my fucking name out so all these ladies know I donated and you're my papa? No. That's what they, exactly, no, I mean, yes, that's what they want. They don't want to be anonymous. And they're certainly not writing things like Walgreens or Hallmark greeting card lines, you know. Oh, Ski, it's okay that you brutally beat your mom. We know they're just liars and that, you know, police reports all bullshit. Enjoy the $1 Cash App. Bzz, bzz. But, hey, whatever. Hey, Bean, don't worry. I'm not going to promise anything, but I've been working on that. I did not forget. Oh, I did not forget. If all goes well, this month should be reining in all my requests that I put in last month. So, and I've already started to get a few. That's why I say that. So, I don't want to promise anything yet, because that's the worst thing I'd want to do. But, you know, if we could put it on a percentage level of where we're at on that, we're about 75%. Let's see, list your whole thing around someone else. I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. List your whole thing, right, chapter. I'm awaiting spine surgery, can't wait to hike again. Okay, Julia, yeah. I hope everything goes well with that and with your surging recovery. And yeah, especially for avid hikers, I'm sure there's nothing more better to do than, you know, the quicker you can get over your recovery, get back doing what you enjoy doing. I love to hike. Oh, hold on, we got a sticker in the foot. Sticker in the foot. Lift your foot. Oh, I think we got it out, Bubba. Hold on, let's see your other one. Yep, all right, we're good. We're good in the hood. Hold on, guys. Actually, we'll put it because we're getting close. Let me put your leash on there, Mr. Leo. Hold on, guys. You might see some ground. Close your eyes if you get dizzy. I'm just going to put his leash back on because we're getting closer to the main little parking area. Oh, man, we got a little dirt in here. All right, I'm just going to have to do it this way because I can't unlatch that. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry, Rio. You're going to have to go like that a bit. Yeah, the messages are funny, too. It's, like I said, you know, if you really sit there and believe it, hey. But I think most people, like I said, you don't even have to be like some, you know, investigative detective to just figure out that the dude is not really getting those donos. And, you know, that's going to hurt him, too. I forgot who I was discussing this with, but think about it, right? I mean, in all reality, if you're faking donations, right? And say your audience pretty much thinks, well, hey, man, he's got all these donos coming in. You know, I'm kind of not, you know, kind of a little tight this month. You know, it's after the holidays, tax season's coming up. You know, I was about to donate to him, but heck, you know, he just made a $200 day today, according to him. So, you know, he's fine. So in reality, I think he's just hurting himself by faking these donos because he thinks it's going to bait donos. And it might, you know, when you first start that and you know, people get a little excited, they might go with the flow. And if you guys don't understand why he's doing that, that's what he's trying to create is building excitement. It's just an old salesman technique, you know. I don't know if you guys ever been garage sale shopping, right? And I'm even guilty of this too. I'm not gonna lie. But if you ever go garage sale shopping and you're in a neighborhood that's got, you know, maybe it's a 1 mile radius and there's about 4 garage sales going on, right? You're driving around. Most people are gonna stop, believe it or not, because it's a brain thing, at a place where they see other people, right? So if you're rolling around and you pass one sale and it's like, you know, there's nobody, it's just dead. You're probably, even though there's probably good stuff there because there's nobody shopped there yet, you know, your thinking is, nobody's stopping here because they just got crap. So you move on, right? Where do you stop? You stop at the sale that you see everybody parked, everybody running up to the tables, kind of looking at everything. And all it is, and what I say when I've been guilty of this is, I had a garage sale once and I called a bunch of my friends over to kind of make it look like it was busy, and it worked, okay? That's why I know this works. And you know, people think you're building excitement, okay? And it worked, you know, a bunch of people stopped because everybody was looking, and man, it was just like a domino effect. So in reality, that's what he's trying to do, is just, they call it a dono train, okay? Some of you that might not have been around the IRL world long enough, they call it a dono train, is the, you know, one of the terms you hear. And all it is when you see just a bunch of people get excited and just start donating one after another. So that's all he's trying to do, is just hype up his audience. But in all reality, I think it's just going to hurt him. And I think he's noticed that now, you know. Plus, you know, let's just say, you know, you hear him say, I got 20 donations. Hey, like I said, I'm not bagging on the guy's scam. I mean, I think it's shitty. But, you know, you really think each one of those is like $10, $20 donations? I'll tell you what, if they really were, that guy would be gone for a week, because that's what he used to do when he'd have a good little dono train or a little good couple of days. He'd disappear for a few days because, hey, he's got enough money to buy weed for 3 days, got enough money to buy his, you know, gas to roll around and smoke around town, and he's got enough money to go around to the gas station to get his blunts and hot dogs and energy drinks. So, you know, he was cool with that. But see, now, even if he was to get 20 donos in that 3 hour, well, now he goes on for like 12 hours a day, which that even shows you when he's really desperate. But let's just say for one day, he claims he got 20 donos. Maybe they were $1 cash apps, right? So the dude, for spending 12 hours of his hard-working time, reality made like 20 to 40 bucks. Let's say they're even $2 donations. That's a pretty good average, is a $2 dono. And any dono is awesome, but that's generally, you know, I'm sure with a guy like him, he's greedy and he wants, you know, those $10, $20. But I would say on average, you see a $2 dono, right? 20 of those times 2, that's 40 bucks he made in 12 hours, bro. I mean, just working a regular $10 an hour job for 12 hours, you would have made 120 bucks, you know? But like I said, you know, for a guy that's lazy, I mean, and he doesn't pay any bills, as long as he makes enough money just to cover that weed money, he's good. But, you know, if he had to pay real bills, that shit would not fly, trust me. Him just sitting there all day, you know, living off of $20, $40 every other day or every day. But, hey, like I said, to each their own. Oh, check this out. Here we go. Got some really... I can't zoom. I want to zoom right now, but I only got one hand. But I'm not bullshitting. I'm probably like... at least maybe 20 yards from these geese. Let's see if I can get a little close. I'm sure the dogs are going to scare them off, but be honest with you. Okay, I was going to say they're pretty brave just for letting us get this close. There they go. All right, there's the bag, folks. So all I got to do is pick this up. Just go up a little bit ways. I'm going to pick up the poop. We're going to finish up this walk, and I think we'll wrap up our talk. I know we kind of got off a little subject, but hey, like I said before, that's what we do. We do court coverage, miscellaneous IRL news. I think that's what makes this channel fun. You know, a little edgy, got a little comedy, allow a little troll in. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're here for the business. We're here for the court coverage, but we do like to have a little fun. So I appreciate you guys joining me. Hold on, Dobbs. We got to... Hey, we can't just have fun, poop everywhere, and just blast out of here. So hold on, you two. Hold on. I'm going to put you between here. All right, that works. I was like, dude, I cannot do this leash like this. I just didn't want to put my phone on the ground because I don't want to get dirt in my brand new phone. Especially if I'm going to try to return it if it's not working. But, hey, knock on some wood. It seems like we're doing all right. All right, Rio. Okay, there we go. My gosh, I was like, does it have to give me failure right now while I'm trying to do a stream? All right, we're good. Let me just one hand these guys. Got your poop bag in the other. All right. We're going to head over to the poop spot, and then we're heading back, guys, because I know you guys need some water. All right. And see, now that I'm right-handed on the other side, I can give you a little view of the ditch. So, yeah, but, you know, kind of getting back to the subject we started, since we're going to be kind of wrapping this up. You know, like I said, I just wanted to come on. I thank everybody that joined. No, it's just kind of out of the blue, but like I said, you know, from this morning and just over the weekend. Oh, hold on, let me zoom out. We're doing the zoom in to the ground. All right, I guess I was. Oh. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, you know, I appreciate you guys just kind of joining in and chatting with me a bit. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to discuss a little bit of the events we saw at hand. Ultimately, I wanted to kind of give everybody a heads up about the panel show. I don't have an exact date coming up. Like I said, I am waiting on getting a little bit more paperwork in hand, because I'm not about allegations. If I'm going to put on a panel show and we're going to discuss facts, I want to have the facts on hand. That way we can discuss the facts. And when that time comes, which should be pretty soon, I'd like to invite Controlla to the panel show. Rick, anybody who's had an experience with anybody that's been pretty much present case. You know, and we might even open it up to people in the past. But like I said, there's plenty of channels that delve into that. It's not my business. I'm just here to cover the court hearing on the 20th and anything that goes further regarding, you know, what happened, which was all this resulting from the live streaming accident. Okay. So that's what caught everybody's attention. I think that's what probably exposed a lot of the negativity about Controlla and what kind of unfortunately opened up those flood banks. You know, people, once they learned about the accident, started kind of figuring, you know, wanting to know who she was. And, you know, it's like I said, that's not my job. That's not my purpose. So getting back to the panel show, Controlla, if you're watching or if you watch later, I'd like to invite you on. You know, we'll figure out a way you can get a hold of me, because like I said, I'm sure I'm probably blocked on your social media. But I'm going to allow you to talk. I want you to have the floor, the mic. Like I said, it's not going to be a debate. We're not doing a screaming shit show or a bully show. I'm not going to be banning all your supporters, banning Rick's supporters, banning Ski Mask supporters. Nope. Everybody and anybody's open to this. Now, again, you know, if the comments start getting nasty and mean and are breaking 2OS, you know, rules and can, you know, possibly get the channel in trouble, you know, that's going to call for a timeout. And after one timeout, if it goes on again, you know, we got to just ban you for the day. And, you know, maybe I might consider, if you contact me personally, unbanning you, but I don't play around. I'm not doing these mass unbans if you pay me a certain amount of money or donos and shit like that. So, again, I don't even want to really talk about that because it doesn't happen a lot on my channel, but I know these panel shows can get a little heated sometimes. Got a lot of different viewers from different communities in there, and they support different people, but I think it is a great opportunity for everybody to pretty much get their side of the story out. And like I said, we're only going to work with the facts at hand, okay? I'm not going to ask questions to anybody if I don't have the facts to back up what I'm asking about, or, you know, if it's not in reference to anything I'm talking about. So, yeah, look out for that. On the New Jersey case, are we speaking back to ski masks, Julia? Like, are you referring to the open warrants? Or open warrant, excuse me. Warrants are in Nevada. Because there is a lot of development on that side, but that's a lot of personal information that I may or may not discuss. It depends on what, you know, I am able to. Respectfully, I have a lot of people that contact me through Instagram, and they want to be private and anonymous, and we're going to keep it that way. They contact me because they trust me. I'm a media channel, and that's a big thing for media channels. You know, you start losing people's trust, you start making up lies and allegations, people won't give you stories. People aren't going to want to come and do your interviews. So I really appreciate those people that have came to me, and I can assure you I will never, ever divulge any of your information. You always remain anonymous, and I'm not going to even speak on your anonymity. Okay, if it's something I feel that I think is important, I'd like to talk about, I would honestly contact that person if I can. If I can't, then I'm not going to speak about it. If I can, and they say, hey, I'm cool with you talking about that, then I might. But if I can't, I'm still not even going to say, well, I heard this from an anonymous, because we all know most people can't even figure out who an anonymous person is. So I don't mess with that bullshit. That's just a doxing trick, you know, when you start playing that. Oh, pretty much, you know, yeah, they live here, they live there, this is the color of their car, but their name's anonymous, you know. Now, so like I said, this panel, if you know you're going to be watching, you're going to be participating, it's not going to be a shit show, or if it turns into one, I'm not going to let it happen, you know, and I'm going to do my best to not turn it into one. So I can assure you that. But again, once that date comes soon, I'm just kind of looking around, guys. So if you see I'm doing a circle, once I'm going to end the stream here soon, I want to say bye to everybody. Then I'm going to concentrate on looking for the poop, because it's a little too hard watching the dogs, watching where I'm stepping, and looking for poop and watching this chat. So I just kind of wanted to end the session and say bye to everybody. And like I said, look out for that. It'll come as a notification. I may shoot it as like a little advertisement on a video, a little, you know, 10, 30-second video short. Or if you're following me on Instagram, I'll post it through Insta. But yeah, other than some clips coming up, maybe some surprise, you know, little chats like we had this morning, I would say our next big thing is going to be the panel show that I like to put on. And pretty much from there, you know, we're going to be working on, you know, just getting ready to head over to New Jersey for the live court coverage, and setting up any interviews that we may do beforehand or while we're there in New Jersey or in the New York area. So that's what I'd like to really do. And again, we're also going to talk about, I mentioned earlier, but if you're joining later, I got a lot of feedback as far as some cool ideas to do, as far as bringing a little bit more positivity when we're dealing with a lot of these negative characters and events into this channel and kind of into the world itself, and for us viewers, you know, to kind of work on. So I'll go over that. I think some of the ideas I got were phenomenal and awesome, and I'd really like to implement those. So I'm really looking forward to discussing that with you guys and getting some good ideas as far as what we're going to be doing, you know,